YouTube, Crown Vic Nation. I do have light in here. I do apologize if it is a little dark. I have to go get some more lights or something. But the day of reckoning has come upon us. Thanks for everybody for sticking around. I'm just going to try to guide you through a little bit of what my preparation was in order to do this project. If you follow the channel, you know we have a short block here. Rods, forged pistons, rings, bearings, stock crank, um, 20 over. What I did to prep the surface is I used simple rubbing alcohol, nothing spectacular. Simple rubbing alcohol to clean the surface. You're going to need your dowel pins. They must go in. One here, one here. There's no other ones. I know there's other vehicles with more than one that are not Ford, but on these, they're carry two. Now, let me explain to you. This is an illustration of the head bolts. So you got one, and this is for the left side. So when you get in the car and you get behind the steering wheel and you look forward, this is the left hand head. And, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth. I have it all written down. Now, in the Ford manual, which is for the Crown Vic, it tells you to how to tighten all your cylinder, all your bolts to the cylinder head in 6 stages. So at the top of my sheet, I put each one is a stage. And you don't do all 6 stages at once. You don't go, torque, loosen, blah, 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 blah. No, you do your 30, your 30 foot-pounds all the way around. Then you come back, then you do your turns, then you loosen. You do these in stages. If you all know vocabulary or English, stages. You don't just do them all at once. So what I'm going to do, and this is, as I said, a Fel-Pro gasket. It tells you, what side it is and everything like that. Here is the left bank. And you obviously see you got this here and those there. So you wouldn't do, oh, it doesn't fit. If you see the forums, you wouldn't believe the type of stuff that I see. Oh, it doesn't fit like that. No, duh. But like I say, it's people like that in the world, so it is what it is. Put your gasket down, just like that. Simple. It doesn't fit that way. Oh, that's why I tell people the forums. If you look at forums, oh gosh, I don't even look at forums because it's just kooky looking at forums. It doesn't fit this way. Oh, but anyway, as you see, the gasket is on there. I did also put on the oil filter housing. I'm going to also prime this engine before I put the cams in, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So that's it there. Oil pan, everything, oil pan, all that's on. So here's the gasket on. The lettering faces up. It doesn't fit that way. But anyway, it's on there, as you can see. Everything is fine. Cylinders are still great. I'm going to do another trick also that I'm gonna explain to you. Is I'm gonna put squirt some WD-40 in these cylinders, because if you look at Total Seal's preference, they will advise you not to put motor oil in these things. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people did not know that. They will tell you that motor oil could potentially burn in the cylinder and score and glaze the cylinder, which can inhibit your rings from sealing. And that came from one of the top manufacturers of rings. So they recommended using WD-40 in your cylinders, which I did. I did not assemble these. I redid it, and I got out all the motor oil and did it with WD-40. So just a tip, just a tip. So like I say, simple. I'm using 5W30 for this. I'm not using 5W20, but it's just conventional motor oil. And with your bolts, I did put some in already. With your bolts, when you soak them in oil, you don't want them dripping. You don't want to dunk them in oil and take them to your engine. No, I wiped these down already because I already installed some of the other ones. And simply slide it in the hole. Like I say, I use that towel right there to wipe them down because you don't want to dunk them in oil. You will hydro-lock the engine or hydro-lock the bolts, and you wonder why your engine leaks. So what I'm going to do is run all these down and get ready to torque them down with the torque wrench. And I'm going to show you another tool that you will need when you do something like this, YouTube. So what I'm going to do is just run all these down. Run them all down. And so that's what I'm going to do. Get them all in there. I'll get at you next time, YouTube.